Hello, welcome to the Daily MS Office lesson. Today we're going to be doing Microsoft Word. Now, I want to talk to you about the problem that people run into when they first open up Word for the very first time, and that is double spacing. Now, what do I mean? Well, let me type in a title here. I'm going to type in, maybe I'll do an address, right? I'll do an address. So I'll put in Ted. I'll put in Ted E. Bear. And then when I hit enter, it like jumps a line. I'm like, what is this all about, right? I put like 127 East Street, enter, and it jumps a line. I'm like, I don't understand that. I want these to be together. Well, it can be. I'm going to go ahead and enter the rest of the address and show you how to fix it. Okay, I'm going to put Whiting, New York. do. All right, there you go. Now, to fix this, I'm going to select everything. Put your mouse, here's my mouse, in the margin area on the left side. And you triple click, and that selects everything. That's one way of doing it. Now, another way, all I did is hit an arrow key. And another way is to hold on the control key on the keyboard, control, and hit the letter A for all. Control A. And that also means select all. Now, I'm looking at the menu bar in the ribbon, and I'm on the Home tab right here. And on the Home tab, in the paragraph group, there is this icon right here. If I hover over it, it's called line and paragraph spacing. Now, by default, if you click on that arrow, you'll notice that everything is set at 1.15 lines. Now, that's just a little over single spacing. But again, this isn't single spacing. What's wrong? Well, notice at the very bottom, it's got add space before, but it's got remove space after. See, by default, every paragraph and every line is a paragraph. Every paragraph automatically has space after it. And so all you need to do is click remove the space after the paragraph and click. Now, some of you may say, well, hold on. That's not a paragraph. Those are just 3 lines. Well, understand that if I turn on the show hide button, it will actually let us know what is a paragraph and what isn't. The show hide is on the Home tab. It again is in the paragraph group and is this icon, this backward P symbol. If you click on it, you will notice that you have backward P at the end of every one of these, which means every one of these is a paragraph. This is one paragraph, this is a second paragraph, and this is a third paragraph. So I'm going to turn off the backward P, turn off the show hide, and once we've done this, then it's going to work from this point on. So I can actually hit enter, and now I don't want to go right, and now I want a blank line. So I hit enter again, and now I can put in a blank line. Dear Mr. Whittleson. I'm going to hit enter again, and then hit enter again, and now I can type in my wonderful paragraph. So I'm going to quickly type in a paragraph. There are 3 paragraphs here. Now you're saying, well, how do I know? Well, again, if I turn on the backward P or the show hide button, notice that at the end of the line, there's no backward P, only until you get to this line here. So all of this is called one paragraph. Now I'm going to click in there, and you're probably saying, well, is there just an easier way? Because, a lot of times I don't use the show hide. Is there an easier way? Well, sure. All you have to do is put your mouse to the left of the paragraph, double click, and it will select the paragraph. So I'm going to keep my mouse in the area, the margin, to the left of my paragraph. The mouse is pointing toward the paragraph, and a double click will select the paragraph. So you can see I have 3 different paragraphs. Well, notice again that since we already changed this thing to no spacing at all, it's hard to see the paragraphs. Well, this is where you could actually apply this. I'm going to select all paragraphs. Now, the problem is I don't want to do a Control A, because if I do a Control A, that means I'm going to mess with this up here, and I don't want to do that. I just want to mess with this stuff here. Now, I can't go to the left and double click because that only selects a paragraph. I want to select all 3 paragraphs. Do you remember there was a double click? There's also a triple click. And I can't do that either because a triple click is the same thing as Control A. How do I select the paragraphs? Well, you put your mouse out in the margin to the left of the first paragraph, click and hold, and drag it down. And now you can see I have all of the text highlighted, the 3 paragraphs highlighted. But the information above, the address and the dear line, are not so highlighted. Now I come up to the top in the Home tab, Paragraph section. I'm going over to this button called Line and Paragraph Spacing. Click the down arrow, and I'm going to choose Add Spacing after paragraph. And notice now, I know where the paragraphs are. There's a paragraph here, and there's a blank line. Now, that is not truly a blank line. I can't click in that line at all. All that means is on the last line of the paragraph, there's extra spacing now. On the last line of all these paragraphs, there's an extra little space, and that's called spacing after. Again, here, I click on that line, there's an extra space. It's called spacing after. Now, you can also do this in a different way. I'm going to go ahead and do an undo. You can do Control Z as in zebra. Control Z, and now it's all back together. So I have them all back together. All of my paragraphs are squished together, and I want a blank line at the end of them. Well, instead of doing it through the paragraph statement, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go back to the Home tab. And instead of the paragraph statement for the line and paragraph spacing, I'm going to go to the word paragraph, and I'm going to come over here to this arrow right here. Now, this arrow actually gives you more options. I click on the arrow, and it opens up a dialog box called Paragraph. Inside of the paragraph, at the bottom part, you're going to see spacing. This is the spacing between paragraphs. I can do a before, which means before the paragraph I could add spacing, or after, which means after the paragraph I can add spacing. To the right, you notice it says 0p or 0 point. All I'm going to do is click on this little up arrow, and it changes to 6. Now look down here, you can see that they put a little spacing in the preview after the paragraph. If I come back up here and click that little up arrow again, it's now 12 point, and you can see I've added more space down here. I like 12 point. It looks really nice. And then I'll click OK. And you can see we have, again, spaces between paragraphs. This is awesome. All right. Last thing, I'm going to go ahead and do a Control A. And I want to double space this document. A lot of times in school, they want you to double space or triple space. It is so easy in Microsoft Word. All you have to do is come to the top on the Home tab, go over to the Paragraph section, click on that same arrow, Line and Paragraph Spacing, and choose 2.0 for double spaced. You can look at your document. You can see it's already double spaced. Or 3.0 for triple spaced. I'm going to go ahead and do 2.0. I'm going to do double spaced. And take a look at this. Doesn't this look nice? Looks really, really nice. So all the paragraphs are double spaced with still a blank line between them. Little blank, and that's really nice. All right. So this is the end of the lesson. Thank you for watching. go ahead and leave a comment below, thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe if you want to see more. Take care.